Sven doesn't work either.
Okay. So then, for me, this VP lineup looks slightly stronger. Not gonna lie. I don't know why they last picked the Ember. I was expecting something like a Queen of Pain, some burst damage. I wasn't expecting Poke coming out from Entity.
So, I mean, Ember is kind of the loser of the patch. As Bo mentioned, ever since Mage Slayer got nerfed, the Ember kind of fallen out of favor. His win rate is obnoxious and what's not. And I'm a big Omni Knight fan. And I think it's especially good against the tanky heroes like the Centaur who rely on being tanky. He just demolishes them. Like, you think you have 2000 HP, then Omni Knight comes, puts whatever third spell is called,
Hammer of Purity.
Hits you twice with the shard, and you suddenly take like a 2000 pure damage. It's way too much to handle.
It is insane. Oh, you also, when you have a shard, it heals you for 30% of the damage dealt. I forgot about that one.
Not too big of a deal, but still very nice. And the laning of Omni should be really strong, especially against something like Grimstroke, one of the weakest laners in the meta.
Still, one of the strongest laners of the meta is definitely a Centaur, so we'll see how well DM does. High damage, good animation, so we'll be able to at least CS well here, unless Virtus.pro apply an insane amount of pressure. One thing that Entity have been doing in this series thus far, Milan, is winning some lanes that they otherwise maybe shouldn't be winning. Is that a possibility in this game as well?
Yeah, I would pay most of attention to this bottom lane, because I was thinking this is gonna happen during the draft. Like, Notest and Seyush were getting stomped by Watson and Fishman, and they needed to change something, and I like this change. Just pick some classic Mars for Notice, some classic Rubik for Seyush. Who's gonna get going? Blood Grenade. Is there a save coming? Watson trying to body block, but no. First blood for Watson, third game in a row, I would say.
Oh, and FNG. FNG's in trouble. One more hit. Katomi, he's gonna have the stroke. There it is. He's gonna be able to draw over him. Entity, they get two.
Entity, once again, starting really hot in the lanes. Even in the mid lane, this Ember is stopping the CS. I mean, you don't want to give first blood to Watson. He's scary enough without it.
That is very, very true. Though he is going to be dealing with the Guardian Angel. People who don't know, Guardian Angel now is a targeted spell with 2 charges, so it's not on everyone. Do you see it more as a nerf or a buff?
Okay, hold that thought. Heritage gonna heal himself, but still very low. I say Grimstroke, such a weak laner. Katami says, watch me do it. Pretty much owning in this top lane. About the Guardian Angel, I never thought he was really about the Guardian Angel. It was full about the repel, and nowadays it's about Hammer of Purity and the damage dealing ability. So I think it's still fine. It's still pretty strong, I would say.
Okay, and also you keep repeating the Grimstroke is a weak laner. You know, he has a way to secure the range creep. He has a nice follow-up with Inkswell. What does he lack that makes him weak?
I mean, his damage is very low. His attack range is very low. Like, in comparison to other supports, right? Like, you never look at the heroes like in the vacuum. You always look at them versus the strongest support in the meta, right? That's at least how I look at it, and he lacks all of this. I mean, I think that is just very normal for him. Like, his third ability is very bad until the level 3, and he doesn't have much mana to work with. So yes, I think this is how it should be, because after the minute 15, when he picks up this shard, like, he gets very strong.
Rarely see a Mars having this low in CS, but then again, so does the Sven. That was because of all of those chases early on. Ember is winning versus Alesh. Is this normal? Is Ember supposed to be better there?
DM. There's an Inkswell, but nicely done. Flame break. Gonna stop it. They will need to start with the stomp if they want to make a go here top. I mean, I don't think it's normal. I think Lash usually does very, very well against the melee guys. Just constant harass. By right click and the lightning storm, it can make a living hell for some of these melees.
Very true, very true. He didn't get a single point in though. Anyways, we're gonna be looking at the bottom lane here. Fishman. It's gonna be pushed back a bit, but overall we'll be fine.
Very, very low CS, as you say. Mars 11 CS. I mean, why this hero got so popular during some of the previous tournaments? Yeah, Amar made it popular, but also just he never actually lost to me. Just buys the double base and magic wand and forwards in this lane, gets the level 6, pushes out the carry out of it. But this way around, he's not winning it early, and later on, try the spear back in this play. And
yep, they tried it.
Later on, even if he leaves the lane, the Sven will happily do it, you know.
Oh, Kiritich is in trouble. Another double edge will kill him, and DM will have it one more hit. It's not even he dies from the blood grenade. From what it seems, FNG lighting up a fire in the end, just burning the funeral there.
Thought for a second raindrop might be enough to live there, but the Centaur is winning hard top, very, very hard. And I mean, it's not only Centaur having 2500 versus the 1900 on the Omni, it's the Grimstroke is doubling this Batrider net worth. And one thing that Batrider is known for is being strong in the lane.
Yep, and he is
6 minute rune.
Well, Ember is such a good hero at securing the runes, though. Coming back, no one. He takes the illusion, immediately uses it, and now Sleight of Fist chains Fishman from the other side. Squadix in a lot of trouble. Does toss away no one, and it seems that Squadix will be living very hard to go through the Diabolic Edict and the Pulse Nova, so everybody is just going to disperse.
I mean, Entity is feeling it. Look at the no one gambling, but it's still not over. Squadix gets a Lightning Storm of 1 HP after the brain set. You'll have to make a walk to home. I mean, no one just gambling, it's gonna be top, and gambling, he's gonna be the one taking it.
Well, let's see again, they're gonna be going for Kiritich. Dingswell is there, he's in so much trouble. Let's see if he can survive this on the double edge. He will remove the Phantom's Embrace as well. Kiritich lives. Entity get ahead of themselves there.
Yeah, a little bit. And bottom lane, notice. So much harassed. That's a big turnaround top. They were so ahead. VP really needed this one kill to balance it out.
Well, let's see, no one is rotating towards the bottom lane. They want to notice Seish in the vicinity. They did pick up the Wisdom Rune already, so you're not going to be getting that one. Let's see, stun, Sleight of Fist is there, noticed, survives with ease, and not sure what they're trying to accomplish with this move.
They zoned them out of the way, and they thought they might have what it takes to kill him, but nonetheless, they don't accomplish much. They will actually lose a lot of HP bottom mid tower, but no, they pop the glyph.
Oh, that's 4 points in the Diabolic Edict. Is this the build now for the Lesh? Just max out the Edict?
Depends. Sometimes it is. Oh, there's gonna be an Inksfell on this Batrider trying to steal the stacks. No one comes. Rune is also coming. No one doesn't really want to fight this level 4 Edict.
Stampede is there. Kataomi think about turning it around as they do get the sleep onto the Lesh. They have the chains too to keep it at bay. Misses the stroke of fate. There's the chains. DM coming closer. Won't be able to close the gap. No one gets sent back as DM is now going to be chasing on FNG. That should be a dead Batrider. Kataomi baiting him for such a long period of time and finally gets the kill.
I think the biggest winner out of there is Kiritich and Squadix. Kiritich getting much needed space top, and Lesha getting this region immediately going to triangle to farm some stacks.
Kiritich, he is left alone though. He's level 6. We'll see what he's gonna pop. That Phantom's Embrace will return to Kataomi once he gets the kill. FNG comes over, uses the blood grenade. I'm not sure you want to be doing this, especially with Kataomi going for a TP out. We'll be fine. DM a little bit too tanky for you to focus down.
These wretched fools have no idea. Nothing's really going their way. VP. I think they thought this laning stage is gonna go better for them.
I mean, we all thought the laning stages was gonna be going better for them, and even in the past few games that was the case, but Entity are just playing the lane so well. Still, they do get the tower on the bottom lane. Diabolic Heated coming into play. Seush silenced up. The Ember comes forward, chains are there, dealing with the Phantom's Embrace. It won't be happening, it does return, does a massive amount of damage, and Entity gets another kill for their troubles.
We were not really happy about this Ember pick, I think nobody was, besides maybe Entity, but kind of forgot that it's a really good combo with the Grimstroke. One of the better ones. And this is all before the shard. With the shard, it really goes up another level.
Yep, once you have the shard, you don't have to be afraid of anything. You can just go super aggressive with the Ember Spirit usually. And we see it in his build. He got to 3 points in the Flame Guard. Sometimes we see only
nice
one
Soulbind.
Oh, Soulbind is gonna be insane. Inkswell is there, but they have to run away from the Lash. He just does way too much damage. Stampede gonna be used. Lot of his chains. They did bait Squad X in. He is still gonna be healed up there by the sticks, by the Seeds of Serenity. So Squad X survives, no problem.
Stampede forced out. It's the biggest deal out of it. And we didn't mention, but they do get this bottom tower even after Mars had a terrible laning stage. He manages to catch up, at least to the Centaur.
The goal lead, quite nice for Entity. They are topping the network chart with all 3 of their heroes, but is this enough of an early game victory? How does it look moving forward? Who's gonna be getting the first jumps? Who's gonna be finding the first fights? Who wants to fight more in the early mid game?
Definitely Entity, I would say. The go time will be once DM finishes up the dagger, and then the minute 15 shard that we mentioned already 3 times. I'll stop mentioning it, and then they'll just be smoke, 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 smoke. 4-man fighting, while Sven is gonna be finishing his BKB, and guess what? Why is Sven so popular? He's gonna have like a 16-17 minute BKB alongside with Mask of Madness after disassembling Echo Saber. So minute 17, 18, Entity will be at full power.
That's how it looks at the moment. The Mars seems to want a Yule's first before the Blink, whilst the Centaur is only 600 gold away from his. So that's gonna be a big deal once Entity gets to that point, as they are making a move.
Already smoked. They say we have a Stampede. That's our first Blink Dagger. Solomon Rune.
They found Notice. He doesn't have that much mana to work with. On the other side, the fight will break out. Centaur getting stunned up, goes out with the Stampede, gets the stun off, lifted up into the air, and they kill him with a Purification. Kiritich finishes him off. On the other side, another offlaner is being targeted. There will be a Sleight of Fist coming in with the Remnant, dodges the spear, and no one gets the kill. So both of the offlaners are dead. The fight is not over.
Offlane for offlane, 10 heroes at his mid lane, and it's not over, as you say. Inkswell, does he dare to go in? Only one remnant left.
Coward. Stolen Slight, though, that's nice for the Rubik. You can initiate from so far away. For people that don't know, when you use the Slight, your hero actually comes to the spot where you're using it at, so you can lift people from super far away.
Are scanning.
I think so far so good for this Ember Spirit. One of the weaknesses and reasons why he had such a low win rate was usually he would have been picked blind in these tournaments, and then he would have to face a Death Prophet or a Huskar or something along the lines, and it would feel miserable. Here, I think he had a relatively bad matchup, but
let's see. They're Virtus.pro are just waking each other up, but it seems that somebody has to be the Night Guard all the time. They do steal the Nightmare, so that's a solid grab from Seush. This mid lane tower. I really like when Ember Spirits get the mid lane tower down early on. They just play so aggressively, and then until you get the Blink Dagger, he's gonna be so freaking safe. Pops the Flame Guard. Gets himself away.
all for Nightmare on the Rubik. That could come in very handy. 40 mana rune. Where it will be? 50-50.
It's gonna be on the bottom squad. It gets it, but there's the soul bind on the two supports. They're trying to break apart. You need to be together. The Fiend's Grip will connect, but only one Fiend's Grip. Here comes DM to trample them all, and he's going forward with the Stampede. They won't notice as well. No chains. The Sven stun will connect, but they're gonna let him live because they have gotten 3 great kills into their pockets. Entity, if they continue playing like this, they're gonna be our grand champions.
Yes, exactly. They're gonna go and steal this little ancient stack with Watson. I mean, we spoke about it. The Blink Dagger on the Centaur. He died once without it. The moment he gets it, he gets a perfect stomp. That's 3 or 4 kills in the tower. 5 kill lead at minute 15. Entity looking really, really strong.
Looking insane. 10-2. Virtus.pro, they can't do anything. And do they even have an initiation tool? No Blink Dagger on the Mars. They're going for a smoke, but how do you even start the fight?
I think lift into some splitter is your best bet while there's no Stampede. Let's see if they can do it.
They found him. That's nice. At least something. And Stolen Hoof Stomp by Seyush. Not the easiest to use for a Rubik, but it's still possible.
That's the way for VP. Sorry, Spirit is still in my head. To attack first, to use their spells first. Because if Entity gets a chance to play with this Ink Spell and a Blink Dagger on the Centaur, we're gonna be seeing some VP heroes dying.
They're trying to get the top tier 1. For now, it's not working, but there's no more Glyph. FNG. Getting some sentries down. Nothing big. He could be in trouble.
Oh, Fishman, Ink Spell.
Got him. Why did he wake him up? Ah, because DM is coming from the other side. It's just so sad when you have nowhere to run. Notice, what the hell are you doing? The Stampede is there. Sleight of Fist chains as well. Gets silenced up with the Fiend's Grip. He just walked into 5 heroes and he knew they were there. Now you want more if you're no one. Seyush is going to be found. He has a Stolen Hoof Stomp. Let's see how much that will help. This is how you use your hooves, my friend. He will turn around, protecting him with the Guardian Angel. Kiritich, who's going to protect you? Uses it on himself as well. No help is coming. Lesh is on the other side of the map as they continue with the stuns, with the damage, with the kills. Entity, they are wiping the floor with Virtus.pro here in the grand finals.
Kataomi commented how Liquid is strong and how he was so surprised how they played, but maybe not. Maybe it's not about other people. Maybe it's about you, Entity. Maybe you are too fast, as it seems. Like, it just seems that they're everywhere on this map, and all of them. Not only like a mid and supports or offlane and supports. There's like a mid carry and an offlane plus supports everywhere. You also on the Grimstroke though. Arena.
He has a shard though. They're waiting for it to end.
Ah, that's an Ink Spell stolen. That might be a turnaround they're looking at. At least the start of it.
Pretty big spell. There is no shard on the Rubik, however, and is this like a situation where you have 1400 gold on Sage now and the Ink Spell? Do you just buy the shard?
You die. Yet
I mean, it's not bad. Like, I'm trying to put myself into this situation. Depending what else is there to buy, it's always a comparison. Like, maybe a Glimmer is more needed and you just use Ink Spell as it is, because it still gets amplified by your own spells. So
very true, very true. It is a problem if the Rubik dies, however. He is sending on his own vision, but Entity are smoked up. DM being
Yules is ready.
Arena, you have the Yules are gonna be going for it on the other side of the map. Lesh will get caught. He misses the spear. Doesn't matter. Hammer of Purity does so much damage. This is a bigger kill, however. Your Lesh is your strongest hero, and he is no more.
That's even without God Strength, so they can look for more. I mean, every time VP finds an opening, Entity is right there to answer. Watson, he's eyeing the Omni Knight. He's gonna stun him for fog.
Oh, onto the creeps as well. The spear will be there to keep him at bay. Watson has the BKB. Inkswell on Kiritich. Won't do anything to Watson. Here comes the Ember. Sleight of Fist, Chains, Brain Sap, Fishman gets him. It felt like Virtus.pro were baiting. I just don't know who they were baiting for.
I mean, I think they just got ahead of themselves a little bit, because Repel was on like a 4-second cooldown, Guardian Angel on 2-second cooldown. If they had these abilities, maybe they can fight back, but without them, and Another catch by Fishman into a hoof stomp, into a slide of fist. You're just nowhere safe against this lineup of Entity. They are playing fast, they have fast heroes, they're doing everything correctly this game, almost everything.
Batrider has a blink. So let's see if he's gonna be able to do something with it. Only a level 1 lasso, so it's not the best thing in the world, but it can definitely help.
I'm just worried about their damage right now. Like, there's a dispel, there's like a basically double save on Entity side on supports, and like who's doing the damage? The Lash and the Omni Knight, but Omni Knight still wants to like kind of catch up. Same with Lash. These three heroes, Mars, Batrider and Rubik, they almost cannot kill anyone.
And Kiritich wants the blink on the Omni.
I like
So
this. I mean, it's pretty standard. Like either a harpoon or a blink and just play on a burst.
Yeah, that is a play. You jump in, Hammer of Purity hit, another Hammer of Purity comes out, and then you have the Purification. That's a lot of damage that just comes out. Let's see though. Blink on the Mars as well. So they finally have that. They finally have that huge initiation. Though maybe you want to start off with the Bat and then go with the Mars. I'm not sure. Versus an Inkswell and a Bane Sleep, might be better to just start off with the Arena, see the Inkswell, and then find a lasso target.
I think starting with the lasso and getting him away from the saves is the key. Ooh, he's gonna break. Some of the smoke actually doesn't. This Remnant, and it's a long smoke. Will they find someone? They find the Fishman, but Fishman finds them. There's a sleep. Do they want to fight this? They need to come here slowly if they want. Still, Ember cannot be there, so they're gonna...
Poke, Fishman. DM is there. They turn around, and yeah, we talked about the lasso. It doesn't work if you are the ones that get caught. Virtus.pro seem to be sleepy playing versus
Ember is catching them. Rubik is dead at least. Can they get anything else? Don't use Repel on him.
He stole the Searing Chains, looking towards Fishman. At least they bring him down. One more hit, no one finishes him off, but now you're committing onto this one. You did kill the supports. Sven does not care. DM gets the hoof stomp off. The Bloodstone is there. They're keeping them alive. Watson needs to run. Still has the BKB available. Doesn't want to use it. Maybe you should have done it because the lasso is there and the damage will be more than sufficient. Watson standing his ground fighting, but he will not be able to win it in the end. Virtus.pro, they get themselves 3 kills. That's just beautiful targeting.
The fight was just way too split on the side of Entity. Ember and Sven on one side killing the Rubik, but Lash and Mars cleaning the supports on the other side. They need to connect these supports to course. A little bit of a slip up for Katomi and Fishman.
Kiritich is alone on top, and no one wants to use this. Repel is at the ready. It doesn't burst so things off any longer.
Oh, who does so much damage?
Oh boy, that really does hurt. As they're still going forward, the chains are there. Yules, nice Fiend's Grip, and there's also going to be a silence, the hoof stop as well. Perfect spell usage, stolen silence from the Rubik, so that's going to be quite nice. But the Soulbind will give a double silence on. They see it clearly. Lash from the other side has found Kataomi. Stampede will get used. Squad X, he gets woken up by that Stampede as they're still keeping themselves in place. The Sven is coming from the other side. He's still going to need some time. Deals with Phantom Ray, stolen Slide of Fist. Seush is going to have another one. No one needs to be careful, and here's DM to finish off Seush. It does leave Squad X all alone in this world. He has nobody to be with, and here comes Watson with the Stormhammer, with the strength of the gods to cut down all 4 of your legs. Squad X gets taken down. Entity are playing out of their minds.
Tips come out. Welcome to the fight, Watson. I'm not sure if they even needed him at the end, but he will come clean up the house. What a fight from Entity. Looks for a moment bad for them, but they kite perfectly, and it's gonna be a full team wipe. Team wipe at minute 23, sorry.
I still have to praise Seush. His spell steals in these fights have been pretty solid. He's getting some nice silences. He's keeping his distance. His positioning is right. But the second that the Omni dies, it's a problem because you don't have nobody to finish off heroes. And if the Lash dies, then you have nobody to do the AoE damage. And that is a big weakness for Virtus.pro. Entity can get kills anyways.
VP. I think they understand to starting first might be the answer. Kind of always is when you keep losing the fights. You either A, mirror and dodge until you have your timing, and then, or B, start first. Just need to burst one of these supports before the fight starts. Not allow for multiple ink spells, multiple nightmares. Come out.
Let's see, it is a 10k gold lead. The Sven is miles ahead of everybody else. Has the Aghanim Scepter, has the he has the 7-second BKB. This is, and he is going for the red item. So that's when things become scary.
Exactly. He's gonna be demolishing some of these heroes. You have Repel plus Guardian, Angel combo to prevent all the damage coming, but this is on a one guy. And Sven splashes. He can splash. Kill everybody else.
Exactly. DM
DM is
under
on a
inhibition.
ward, yeah.
I mean, you have to check this. This can
Keeping
be
in.
game losing.
Centaur is gonna get caught. Do they have a stun?
Oh, he
What?
blinks
Oh.
in, gets lifted
Oh.
up. Either way, missing the spear. Has the Eternal Shroud, it won't help you survive. He has been left all alone. Goes with the Stampede, trying to run away. FNG does die on the bottom side of the map. And Kataomi is going to be in trouble. You don't want to place a sentry on the hill. You're going to pay because of it. They purge the Inkswell. What was stolen will be the Phantom's Embrace. Have the spear, no
Can they
DP
get
out for
Rosh
you.
from this? That's the big question. I think
Should try.
the Rosh might mean like a halfway back into this game. Their damage is not the best, but if they wanted now, it would not be contested.
He didn't go for it. So, do you go for the Warcry armor on the Sven this game? You don't really deal with physical damage. He went for it either way.
Nice
Sun
catch.
Emperor. They catch him. Sleep is there, removing the Phantom's Embrace,
Wow.
and then a nice dodge. Again, Fishman is
Freaking
there
Fishman.
to save his buddies.
Where's the tip, man? That's a life-saving nightmare. Deserves a tip. Nonetheless, we'll give a little clap for Fishman.
I didn't hear it.
Imagine it.
Okay. Clap, clap, clap. See. Ember, level 19. No one has to be careful. Fishman not in the vicinity, which means that there is a chance for you to die. So he gets himself away. Going for Shivas. I kind of like it for the vision. And for the reduction of the heals. I guess that's probably the most important part.
Sleep. Fishman again. But there is a lasso. What a glimmer.
And
Grip
the Ember
stolen.
comes over, going in, no one. He will be coming in to save his buddy, and what a bait by Fishman. He's solo outplaying Virtus.pro so freaking much. Finally, someone gives him the tip.
Give this man a tip he deserves. He makes it defensive, offensive, any play you need. Fishman makes, Fishman brings. And they will go for a tier 2 tower. Maybe a Wisdom Rune too. No Tormentor to steal though.
Yep, they can't steal the Tormentor, but the Wisdom Rune will go their way. Virtus.pro are not making their way towards the enemy Wisdom Rune, so that's gonna be a lot of experience in favor of Entity.
Level 20 already on this Ember. What's the talent he goes for? It's the 55 sleight of his damage.
I wouldn't have minded the
I think you don't go for the chain talent if you don't go for the one on level 15. Doesn't really make
yeah,
sense.
true. Yeah, he went for the Flame Guard DPS. There's gonna be a BKB on the Centaur. That's a 9-second BKB that you're gonna have to deal with, and that's so huge because you always keep him inside of the arena. Now you won't be able to.
doesn't
Watson
die.
loses the Daedalus.
This could be a timing they can abuse. So, very hard. But mathematically speaking, they are only 8k behind.
Yep, exactly. Let's see if they can make it work, going for a smoke towards the top lane. Entity They're
themselves.
expecting
They
this.
know fight is coming.
Oh, Ember.
Who starts
might be in
first?
trouble. He broke their smoke. It's so huge, they won't be able to catch him. Goes to the side. Actually, the spear does connect. But look at from the other side. They already deleted the Batrider instantly with the Stampede going forward. Notice gets himself up into the air. Don't worry, my friend. We'll get you. That's a stolen Fiend's Grip. Seyush does finish off Fishman, so he's going to be coming back. Spear. They did kill the supports. The Soulbind came out, but they have the BKBs to protect themselves. Sven isn't doing that much damage. Has to be very, very careful.
He's dead on Sven.
Ulti from the... From Kiritich coming in handy. Watson is dead. This is the turnaround that Virtus.pro we're looking for. And they now know they have to get even more done. Stun onto the Ember. Stolen. Now the M will be coming in with a hoof stomp. Nice Yules there to prevent him from doing any more damage. Spear will connect, but no one's still on the other side, keeping them in place. Doesn't have that much mana to work with. No one has to be careful. As Kiritich protecting himself, now going for the Bane. That's going to be a dieback on Fishman. Kiritich finishes him out, but loses his life in the process. Kataomi will be keeping a good positioning. These buyback on the supports might allow Entity to come out okay out of this fight. There's the Phantom's Embrace onto the poor Lesh. He will get stunned up before he removes it, so dies during the silence with DM getting the triple. He's the one who saves his buddies in this fight.
Oh, it takes 2 buybacks from supports to win this fight at the end. Pretty costly, but nonetheless, most importantly, both Lesh and Omni die. Still happy with the Entity, but you need to be careful. Next fight,
Guardian
buybacks
Angel
are not
was
gonna
so
be there.
cool. Did you see
Guardian
that?
Angel plus Repel, it's right now it means immortality.
You can only repel one target though, and you can Guardian Angel too. So I think Sven needs to see who he can remove it from. But of course, if there's a BKB, you cannot remove it anyways.
That's where the Omni strength lies. It's the pure damage he brings, and that the BKB doesn't. You don't pierce the BKB with the dispel.
Does open up the Roche for Entity. Despite all of this, they only bought back on the supports and are going to be going for the Roche. But next fight, if you lose 2 of your supports, you are probably just going to get ran down altogether.
It was very awkward engagement. There was no Aegis, there was no Diddles, there was no banner. This is the first rush, so there's not gonna be a banner either way. Nice. Need to start paying attention to this game. But I think they're not gonna get caught like that again, and now it's gonna be a Daedalus on the Sven, so it's gonna be easier to fight, for sure.
Much easier. If he has a Daedalus in that previous fight, maybe he even cuts them down in time with a couple of good crits. But, of course, it wasn't available. 20,000 net worth on both the Sven and on the Ember. Very, very farmed.
I expected this from Sven, especially from the Watson Sven, but Ember really surprised me with how much he accomplished this game, both in the laning stage and now with his net worth. This is, you know, keeping up with the Sven, be it on your team or enemy team, is an accomplishment in its own.
So just a little bit of a disclaimer for our viewers. My analyst, the second he saw an Ember, he wrote to me, "Yeah, we're going to a game 5." That's how much he hates the hero. That's why you're so surprised.
It's just the numbers. The numbers don't lie. Usually, the Ember win rate is horrendous. But not this game. Even if he has a 30% win rate, it means he does win some games, and this might be one of them. Certainly looking like it.
Currently they're ahead. The game isn't over. FNG's impact in this game has been very limited. I feel like Seyush is like 95% of the support impact in these fights.
Yeah, FNG, he's an old man, like 2 of us. He's not like these young lads. He got tired. It's a BO5. It's 9 o'clock. I'ma go to sleep.
Okay. FNG, snap out of it. Snap out of it. The thing is, you snap out of it, and then a Bane sleeps you yet again. So that's
the problem. Fishman is waiting for you.
Yes, there's a Gleipnir on the Ember, so these BKBs are getting lower on the side of VP. That's
yes, roots for days.
Roots for days. But of course, the lowest BKB is gonna be the one on the Sven, down to 6 seconds. Lesh down to 8, Mars down to 7. The Omni Knight just bought his, so yeah, he does have a 9-second BKB, and that's quite dangerous. So Virtus.pro, they might be stronger in the next couple of fights until those BKBs get even lower. Octarine on the Mars. So he's gonna be spamming his spells in a fight quite a lot. Has the shard as well. Double spears available. Level 20 talent with a spear duration. Quite huge. Seyush. Safe for now. They saw the ward being played. Kiritich? They get stunned up. It seems that they saw nothing.
You have Repel, you have BKB. There is some, like, sort of an insta-stun. If it's coming from Fog, then it's an insta-stun, otherwise he can react. Spot it. Do they know where he is? Yeah,
no,
they certainly.
He's fine.
But that's a... You carry that, and your mid laner, BKB TPing out? Are you fine? For real?
You know, it's one of those, you just have to say that you're fine. Even if you're not, you have to say you're fine. So that's what they're gonna go for.
Okay, story time before a Fishman catches somebody. One of the most important lessons in my life, Dota lessons, was from a man himself, Matumba Man. And Matumba Man taught me an important lesson. The game is always fine. Like, we would play a game in Chaos or pre-TI9, and I would be saying a lot of times, like, game is fine, everything's fine, you know, I would try to keep the atmosphere up. And then he was like, yo, stop it, don't repeat it so many times, game is always fine, you always have to have a bright look at the game, you know, never can go down the negative thoughts, oh my god, we're gonna lose, blah blah blah. Game is always fine, just keep playing, keep looking for the next best move, and I couldn't agree more. And I think that's one of the reasons he was so great.
Oh, so he told you literally to not repeat that the game is fine, so that people feel even better about it. If you repeat it a couple of times, it might sound like a lie. Did I get the story right?
Not really. It's just that you should always have a positive attitude towards the state of game in a way that you should always be looking for a solution, even if you're 15k down. Like in this game, you should be smoking S5, making a wraparound, finding these supports who still have buybacks on cooldown.
Going in.
Find no one.
And they break the smoke, and Ember will be fine. Goes to the side. They are going to be finding the Grimstroke. That's a perfect first kill. He does get the Soulbind off, but they are going to be running themselves away. And you baited me again. You baited me to talk about Arteezy. Arteezy PMA clip, still the best thing that ever happened to Dota. Google it or go to YouTube and find it. It is the most fun thing ever. But you bring down the Grimstroke, 70 seconds on the sidelines. Lucky for Entity that there's still no Roche.
You should have known better.
And they know it. They're just gonna brush it off. Still, Fishman, he has no buyback either. And this is gonna be a first death. Actually, he died after he bought back, so it's not gonna be so long as for Grimstroke. No additional time. 5v3. Entity is slipping a little bit.
Seems to be some banana peels on the ground, so VP are gonna be utilizing it, going for a tier 2, something that usually falls when you have a Lesh on your lineup, but now it is gonna be super fast. Of course, you have the glyph, but you can only buy those 7 seconds for yourself. Is this the comeback? Is it happening, Milan? Are we going to a game 5?
Definitely start of it, you know. Just getting a tower, killing these supports, getting this bottom part of the map, because Roche will be bottom. And if you gain the area, but they're gonna leave it. TP top, supports are still dead.
Lasso connects.
Into a splitter. No.
Oh, he got the BKB off. The Glacier is there. You need to save your Batrider. There's the Glimmer. Will be safe. 9-second
Mars is
BKB
there.
down the drain. Mars in a solid situation. They get the hoof stomp on him, but don't have the damage necessary to finish him off, even with the Sven in the vicinity. He's level 25.
I don't know what the level 25 Sven does, but it's probably
50%
something
more.
strong. Nice
Fiend's
ward.
grip is there, and here comes Superman to finish off the force knife onto the side, and they are gonna save him with the Guardian Angel. He has an angel protecting him, so he's not gonna be dying just now. But a Sven, he still packs a punch. Kiritich, who is saving you? The other ones might survive a little bit longer, but it is still gonna be a cleanup with Watson getting a triple kill, and Seiyush needs to run away. Will be able to. They will allow him to do it, but Entity, the second we started doubting them here, they showed us who's boss.
You buy back on Mars, you have one on Omni, but you couldn't do anything 5x5. What will you do 3 versus 5? I don't think there's much left in VP tank.
No ghost
I think Entity is very, very close to being our champion. Let's see if VP can pull out a miracle.
No, champions are in the other game. Here we have heroes. They're gonna be our heroes. As Entity are gonna be getting the first lane of racks to go their way. Still no buybacks being used, but the Batrider will be back with the lasso available. DM goes in with the hoof stomp. They want to kill him. Nice
He
save from
doesn't have
Drubek,
buyback.
tossing him closer to the tier 4s, but he loses his life. That's a dieback.
We are the champions. Oh, poor baby, says Watson.
Yep. The song could start playing for Entity in their boot camp, because things are going really well for them in this game, in this tournament, in this final. This is most likely our last game here at the one-win Spring Series, and
Got
Entity
strength ready. Watson
looking
pops it.
unstoppable. Yeah, he's going for it. Lash will be
4v5.
back.
What can they do? They're gonna try to burst no one, but Blink Dagger on Katomi probably ready.
Squadex goes in. There's the instantly they remove the lasso with the Inkswell, but they have the Fiend's Grip instantly on Watson, who has the Satanic, turns around and heals himself up almost to full. It might be time to run. Has the movement speed necessary to go for it. The Fiend's Grip keeping Kiritich in place.
GG.
And Watson will be doing the damage. The champions are here. Entity